Welcome to Liberating Inner Beauty Revolution. I am Lucia Gabriela, and today we have a special guest. Her name is Alia, and we're going to be talking about Alia and medicine. So before we introduce Alia, we're going to I'm gonna share with you who she is, and I'm so excited to have her. And like, she's one very inspirational woman for me. Like, I have seen her in so many outlets, and every time I watch a video of Burning Man, she's always there. Her music is fantastic. She has such a great vibe. She empowers women. Let me just start now. So Alia is an acclaimed San Francisco-based electronic music producer, DJ, vocalist, author, women's mentor, and founder of Femvolution, close to liberating in the beauty revolution. I love that. You have that passion. Alia has crossed international borders to play transformational festivals including Envision Festival, Lucidity Festival, Enchanted Forest Festival, Beloved Gathering, Wanderlust Festival, and Burning Man. She's also a regular fixture at the most conscious event of San Francisco bass music scene as a resident of the worldwide phenomenon ecstatic dance. And I'm so excited because here in Sarasota we're going to start doing that. So that's kind of cool. Alia has shared the bill with extraordinary talents including the Beat Antique. You correct me if I'm like wrong with my pronunciation. Sometimes like I mess up, but we had the Beat Antique, Random Rap, Emancipator, The Polish Ambassador. That's a long one. Rutu, Rep Primit, David Starfire, Govinda, Caminanda, and so many other more, and Human Experience. Her music featured in the acclaimed video series showcasing the transformational festival movement, the Bloom series, and she was a musical contributor for TEDx. She's currently producing her feminine medicine, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm so excited about that. It's an album project and a stage show which will feature multiple collaborations with 16 other talented female producers, vocalists, and instrumentalists in the festival and Burning Man music culture. A longtime champion for women's liberation and a former marketing executive that followed her passion into music. Alia created her movement Femvolution and provide one-on-one mentoring to support other women to liberate their creative voice, and she was named a Women Changing the Planet by Origin magazine. Wow, well, that's an amazing bio that you have, and I'm so apologize for like whatever mispronunciation I have, but it is such an honor and a pleasure to have you here in Liberating in the Beauty Revolution.
Thank you, Lucia. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's like when you responded to my invite, I'm like, oh, I would love to interview you, and you're like, oh yeah. I was like, awesome. I'm gonna have Alia. I was like jumping around. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited because your music is fantastic. You have such a great energy. I have, following your emails and like read your stories, and also, you also got engaged in your story, and like everything that you do. Congratulations on that. Everything that you do is fantastic. So please introduce yourself to our community, Liberating in the Beauty community, and share with us like how do you start? Like how do you start Femvolution? Like let's just talk about that first.
Thank you so much for that sweet introduction. And at first I just want to say I just was so drawn to come speak with you because of your mission. Liberating inner beauty is just, what I'm all about. So I love that that's what you're standing for and creating in your world, and really happy to come support it. So, and Femvolution, for me, I created that, vision and mission out of a lot of work that I've done in the women's movement. And, in addition to my musical career, which has really, blossomed in the last few years, for the last 10 to 12 years, I've been, coaching and mentoring and working with women very closely in a group and one-on-one capacity, supporting them to step into their visions, gain more confidence in themselves, really, clear out any of the obstacles to them really giving their passions. And so Femvolution for me is it's the name of that movement. It's the name of the movement that I think we're all seeing and feeling, and we're inside of women really rising and stepping into more of their grace and beauty and power, and really, giving that on bigger stages, really harnessing their wisdom and their intelligence to really create projects that are really changing the planet. And I see that there's an evolution happening. And so that is my word for speaking to that.
Yes, and it's beautiful. I just came back from Boulder like a weekend and a half ago or something like that, and I was inspired and guided to go there for no reason. I didn't know anybody, but it was transformational, incredible, and I do feel like it's still like this awakening of the female energy started coming more powerful for the past year, and
Mm,
I was so excited to see your project, feminine medicine.
yes,
And it was just so inspirational to hear just the title itself because it's empowering. Just the title itself, two words, a
yes,
very powerful word, feminine medicine.
mm,
And when we see ourselves like medicine, like feminine medicine, it's like it just gives me goosebump like through my whole body because it kind of like talks to you, like talks to your heart, talks to your soul, talks to your body, your sensuality, talks to your sexuality, talks to every part of you.
yeah,
And feminine medicine, even though I'm interested and I study your videos on your website. Everybody go check out her website because you're gonna read it right there every time she talks. When you listen to the music and you go in trance and like in a good trance though, like when you just meditate and you just follow your body and you listen to it, it's
mm-hmm,
like you actually can feel the joy and the bliss and like it's just so therapeutic and so medicinal and
mm,
powerful. So I'm so
yeah.
excited.
Oh, thank you for that. And yeah, yeah. To speak to that piece around the feminine being medicine. Yeah, that's been my personal experience. And I came from a background where I grew up on the East Coast, actually, in just outside of New York and in Connecticut. And there was a culture there that really valued um, more masculine energy, more really like directed, focused, career-oriented energy. And it's a very, you can feel it when you go to New York. It's a very driven, fast environment. And in my experience, I didn't really learn the feminine, growing up. I didn't really, learn how to be a woman. And then I moved out to the San Francisco Bay Area about 15 years ago, and there's a really healthy, active women's movement out here, and started immersing in that feminine energy in women's circles and women's workshops and whatnot. And I found it to be extremely healing for just me, my system. I was going through some physical ailments. I feel like reclaiming my feminine has enabled my body to heal a lot more. And then as I've grown as a musical artist, and I'm being a woman on the stage, in what is a very male-driven environment generally. The electronic dance music industry, the DJ industry, you'll see a lot of men on stage, and that's been that way for a long time. 3 of the top 100 DJs in the world are women, and the rest are the guys. And so it was very noticeable to me, rising up as a woman, that I didn't have a lot of women near me or around me on the stage. And I noticed this also being reflected in the music, that there's a lot of dance music that's also very masculine. And so I I began to see that there's an opportunity to bring more feminine medicine to the dance floor. And I brought together a number of other women from my musical scene here, and came up with this vision of putting together an album project and a stage show that would really showcase these women and showcase this feminine energy, and create an album of music that is an infusion of that feminine medicine energy, you know, with also some like really amazing, you know, really deep, sort of more quote unquote masculine bass beats, and then, you know, create something that's a fusion, you know, that then really moves both, you know, men and women on the dance floor, that moves both hearts and bodies.
Hey, it
Yeah.
moves everything. Um, and who is like you said that you have 16 amazing collaborators.
Mhm.
Like, where how do they came to you? Because I feel like the reason why I'm asking the question now is because we are connected. Like, we are coming back to like finding our spiritual family and connected, and like I feel like the more we feel our body and we feel our heart and everything that we are, like the people who are meant to work with us come into your life.
Mhm.
And I feel like everyone who is collaborating with you, it was they are divine to your project. The project itself was just manifesting. Do you
Mm.
want to share, like, do you have any kind of like amazing experience of how these amazing women came into your life to co-create it? Like, how did it all start? I know it started with like a passion and like and a, you know, a vision,
Yes.
but do you want to take us in a short little journey of like how everybody came in together? Because that's the fun
Mhm.
about being women, right? Like
Yeah.
the fun part about being goddesses and priestesses and all that is like how we connect them back to each other. How
Yes.
like, so can you take us on a little journey of like how the all the feminine medicine women came into your life?
Yeah, sure. Well, they they came in through different channels, and you know, some of the women involved in the project are also up and coming women who have been, you know, playing, you know, stages at the festivals, you know, some of the festivals that were mentioned in my bio. And um, you know, they have been rising up slowly in this little subculture that we have out here, and you know, slowly being featured. And you know, we would see each other at events, and I think, you know, there's sort of a sisterhood bond that immediately opened up, because we're like, well, we're the women here. And then we're like, well, I want to get to know you, you know, let's get to know each other. And you know, you seem like you're a kindred spirit. So that's, you know, for some of the women involved, that's how those connections got made. It's because we were like, well, you know, we're it here, so let's come together. Um, and then some of the women I also know through other contacts, through my extended community here in the San Francisco Bay Area. There's a very active musical community here, dance community here. Um, and so some of them are women who actually are not yet, you know, more visible artists. You know, they've been a little more, you know, under wraps, so to speak. And then I saw an opportunity, you know, hearing how gorgeous their music is, I saw an opportunity to really showcase them and give them an opportunity to have more of a platform for their voices to be heard. So I think there's a few different ones, but the shared context in all of these cases is that we were creating music that is healing, you know, and that is a particular expression of that feminine within each of us. And then I thought, well, then cool. Well, how about we come together and co-create, and then see what happens when we collaborate, and create something where we can, you know, do this together rather than separately. Because I think that we each will be able to grow bigger and faster when we come together rather than trying to do it alone.
Yes. And I love that energy. I love the energy of coming together as a sisterhood and
Mm-hmm.
just collaborating no matter what the vision is. It's just coming together, if you're so actually for it, like if you're in alignment with it and it feels right in your heart. Um, what would be as a woman that as a leader for many women and musicians that, to express themselves, what do you think is one of the hardest and critical blockage that women have to speak their voice? Because
Mm-hmm.
here you are empowering hundreds and thousands of people in all the festivals that you go and bringing this beautiful medicine through music and through dance, like really like just to get into that beautiful ecstasy dance too, like.
Mm-hmm.
And but at the beginning, like you were expressing, you were working with women one on one, and you still do work with women one on one to power them
Yeah.
to speak their voice.
Yes.
And I love the aspect of your work because I feel like we have been so deprived in the fact that we had been uh, putting change to shut our mouth, shut our passion, shut everything about our who we are, and we don't speak up.
Mm.
So what will be like? What is it the blockage that you found in many of your clients, and how do you work with that? How do we speak our truth? Because fear is always behind it, but
Yes, right, exactly. And this is such an amazing question. So glad you're asking it because yes, I noticed that most women feel scared to really share their voice and to speak it and to give it fully and to be fully expressed. And I found that there's a real kind of primal fear that exists in each of us. And I've really been deep in that inquiry for myself, that question of, well, why? Why are women so scared? Why is it such a big, a big, big thing to step out and share who they are and give their voice? And there's a couple things. I have noticed, and I've been doing a lot of study around the fact that, for centuries, basically, for centuries, we have been oppressed. Women's voices have been shut down, and through many different aspects of our society. In broader society and culture, in politically, it was only less than 100 years ago that we actually got the right to vote. Even now, there's still a way that there aren't as many women's voices represented in our governing systems. Um, in religion, there was, there's a lot of documentation about how, women who were, um, maybe more worship the goddess or, were more pagan, were considered very dangerous. And so there's a whole bunch of history that you could point to, and it's more than we could possibly cover here. But when you do a lot of reading and research and understanding of the kind of the undercurrents that we've been trying to create on top of for a long time, you can see how, well, actually, it makes sense why we're so scared, because most of the time, in our history, women and some of women's more innate qualities have been considered to be suspicious and dangerous. And so I think like we have internalized this. It's been passed down through our DNA in a sense. That there's something innately terrifying about actually sharing our truth and sharing our voice. And I think this is the thing that women are constantly working through every time they want to step onto the stage or step out in some way. And what I've found to be extremely helpful to help women feel safe is women's only spaces. When we create women's circles or opportunities for women to come together and support each other, I think it can help us feel much more safe. And we can feel really supported and empowered by our sisters. And we can also work through some of those feelings, some of those fears, and kind of work them out of our system a little bit, because I think that's what has to happen. In many ways, they live in the body for women, and they live in our emotions. And when we have a safe space where we can move through those emotions, where we can be really held by our sisters, it can be extremely helpful then for us to feel, step into that confidence, feel that courage to step out despite the fear. And then alternatively also, I think there's a tremendous opportunity for us to really create those kinds of safe spaces with men as well, and partner with masculine and with men in our lives, who really want to see women stepping out, and who are inspired to support us, and work with them to help support us. In this project I'm working on now with feminine medicine, I predominantly the artists are the women that I've brought on board, and there's a few kind of supporting aspects of the production of the album where I've invited men to fill those roles, and so I've got a couple questions about that, and I've come to the fact that I really actually feel happy about having a few men who are just kind of helping, just like, with more of the supporting roles of mixing and mastering the album. But I feel excited about having them, and they're feeling excited about supporting us, because they really want to support a women-only project. So I think there's ways that we can work with both,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Feminine medicine. Let me see. Let me just tell you, share with you what I just saw from
Yeah.
feminine medicine. It was beautiful. Feminine medicine is like collaboration of 16 amazing people, right? I believe like you are 17 or total 16.
16 other women in addition to me.
So that's 17 people. So
Mm-hmm.
that's number 7. 17 is number 8, right? So I was like, oh, wow, that number 8, that's kind of cool, infinite number. When you
Ah,
talking about, right?
totally.
Oh, wow, infinite number 8, that's my favorite number too. So anybody that likes number 8, hooray. But also what I saw while you were talking is that feminine medicine is about bringing the sisterhood, the collaboration of women coming back together. One of
Yes.
the things I remember that comes from memories of times is that, and when I had like one of these guidance and these channelings, it was the one of the main reasons why we like feminine, we lost, not lost our power, but yeah, we gave in into our power. There's like a whole history, like a whole main reason, divine reason why we went, we had to step down in an aspect. But it is beautiful to see that feminine medicine is about collaboration of women coming together back into circle, into
Mm-hmm.
coming back together into the 8, like the 8 number, and into coming back together into the infinite, into becoming equal to each other. Because I feel like through all this time of women, um, this whole time of the patriarchate, like if I'm pronouncing it right, is that women in an aspect were separated from each other.
Mm-hmm.
We were not working together. We were picking into each other. We were gossiping. We were jealous. We were envy. We did, with that.
Yes,
And
exactly.
it was just like this energy of like, not good. And
Right. I
I
know we were
feel,
not we were cutting each other down, and
yeah,
yes, it was really destructive.
it is. And I
Yeah.
feel like coming back together with all women in the circle, in this beautiful circle of goddesses and priestesses and healers and mentors and musicians, and everybody accepting each other as
Mm-hmm.
an equal and as as a sister, like a divine sister, seeing each other as like, you goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Bring the collective of feminine medicine. That's the medicine of our planet. All of women coming together back to each other and feel equal to each other and feel unique. And what I love about what you mentioned about some men being part of the project
Yes.
is that what I felt it's just right in alignment with it, because I'm very supportive about the female movement of, like, evolution and revolution and getting back into a power and stepping into a truth, into a true power. And I feel like it's very beautiful to see can um, how we can accept the male energy coming into collaboration with us as an equal, and also have compassion, forgiveness for the male energy in an aspect, and not have that victim feelings toward them or anything like that. It's just
Yeah.
totally heal the
Yes.
whole aspect of it,
Yes.
not just for women, but also show in a project of feminine medicine the male energy is necessary, because we needed to see it as equal and have that forgiveness and compassion and the whole balance. So it's such a
Exactly.
beautiful project. I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Yeah, I love what you said about that. Yes, we do. We need to have compassion. We need to have healing. And yes, there's been a long history of women being marginalized, and then that's what feminism got created out of, and we needed that movement. We needed that to shift the balance. And now I think we're starting to see a new evolution of where there's so many amazing conscious men out there who really want to see that equality, who really want to see us having that experience. And so yeah, it's just an opportunity for us to all heal on both sides and work together.
Love, like, I wish that, I don't know, like, you have any kind of examples with you. I didn't ask you that before, but it was I had one of these visions and dreams where I would see you playing your music right on the TV and all of that dancing. But if you have any kind of, like, I know that your website is there, and everybody can go into your website, have a sense of who you are more,
Yeah.
and like the music.
Well, yeah, let me just explain a moment. Just what that particular link is, the KCK link is. So I'm in the process right now of crowdfunding for the Feminine Medicine album project, and so that it takes you to the Kickstarter page, which will just share all about that vision, that project, and if you feel so inspired, it's a place where you can support it. And then there's also, more information on the page where you can find more about me, under the bio section. And, there's also links to my website, my personal website, to my, Facebook page. All of, everything's there for you to go explore. So, yeah, it's we're in the last week right now of the campaign. It's been so exciting because we've had a number, just so much outpouring of support, and so much just authentic, organic sharing that's going on in social media. And we've had some wonderful kind of, like, blog support and things like that. And I think why is because this message is really resonating with people. There's a way that people are seeing that it's time for something like this to happen, and they're really, really excited about it. And so it's been a really beautiful process. Yeah.
Beautiful. Um, I want to hear from Alia, you.
Mm.
When you are in, like, in that state of being with your music, how does that feel like? What is that? It's like, the
Mm.
reason why I'm asking is because with the energies that are coming in, and we're all coming together in collaboration, no matter what kind of project we're doing, like all the sisterhood, the priestesses, the goddesses, the healer, the medicine, the witches, the pagan, everybody's
Mhm.
coming together. Everybody's just like making peace with each other.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, hey, sister, I love you so much. We're
Yeah.
creating circles all over the place, and
Yeah.
it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
And it is just, we just feel like these energies are coming in, and sometimes we just feel like we are living in like a fifth dimension wall already. You can,
Yes.
like, even technology sometimes fail us, or sometimes knocking at the door.
Yeah.
We're like, okay,
Technology's
home.
still catching up to our feelings.
Yeah, it's like we're trying to live in this world that is still like catching up on us a little bit, and we're like, hello, people.
Yes.
How how you get there with your music, like there's any kind of ritual. I believe in rituals,
Mm.
and I believe that sisterhood and like circles and goddess circles and everything is bringing rituals back into this planet, and I'm so excited about
Yes.
that. Yeah, hooray.
Yes.
I feel like the rituals are so important for females and also for males to practice every day. And what kind of rituals do you practice before you get into your groove, like before you get into that moment of like,
Yeah.
ecstasies and things like that? How do you, like, what do you practice?
Yeah, oh, such a great question. I too also am a big ritual girl, and I there's a couple of things I do. So when I'm about to step onto the when I'm about to step onto the stage, or when I'm on stage prepping and that I'm about to start the music and press play. Um, what I do is I usually have a little crystal altar next to me, and I have a couple of sacred tools that I like carrying with me to every set, and I create my pretty little altar, and I kind of just like to take a moment, and I set some intentions and say a prayer for what what I'm hoping to invoke for that set and for that experience. And mostly I'm praying just to get out of the way and just to be a channel for joy and beauty and healing and connection, and for people to open up into the space where they can go deeper into themselves, and for unity on the dance floor, and just for that quality of connection and transformation. And then when I am, entering into making a song and producing a song, it's very similar, but in actually, working with these women for the Feminine Medicine Project, what I've been doing with each of them is that we've been sitting down at the beginning together and just kind of just sitting together, and dropping into that intention and that prayer, and then calling in, whatever it feels present, whatever wants to be invoked in our particular alchemical, connection, and in that particular song. And because with each woman, we're bringing something a little different. There's energies that are merging, right? And so we then call in, well, what's present here in this space between us, and what is it that this song wants to be about? What is it that it wants to express? And so we really kind of feel into it first, and speak into it first before diving into the actual musical creation. And I think that has then really helped to shape the creation in a particular way, where then it's like we're guided. We then know, okay, we're going to go for these particular sounds or these particular lyrics or vocals. And it's been such just a beautiful, just ritualistic process. Yeah.
One of the things that got me chills, like chills, like my whole body and my head was like tingling when you said that you go into your little sacred space, because we have to learn to create a sacred space. And I'm a big believer and like practice that, creating my sacred space. That's what we call the love temple in my practice. Like right now, this is my sacred space, my love temple.
Beautiful.
So I believe that is so important, because I kind of knew you that because I saw one of your pictures on Instagram, and I saw some crystals and things like that. All the like where you were like literally doing stuff, and I was like, huh, see that's the whole thing, like she
Uh-huh.
does it. And it gave me chills, because when you said like we all do work with intention. So, no matter what work you do, you have to have intention because you have to tell the universe what your intentions are that come from your heart, come from
Yes.
your spirit.
Yeah.
Not from your mind, but just from your heart and your spirit.
Exactly.
I love it. I
Yeah.
ask and invoke, myself to get out of the way.
Yes.
That is powerful
Mm.
because how many times we put ourselves in the way of just doing the things that we need to do. Like how many times we put ourselves in the way of manifesting and just creating amazing things
Yes.
for humanity. And we bring those fears and those guilt and the shame and all that nonsense that actually help us to grow when we become aware and we able to see like what's happening. It kind of like help us to grow, but it's not necessary to have it with us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it is
I
nice to have it as a curriculum for life.
agree.
But you have to just, graduate from it. So that's like my philosophy. But I love, and I haven't practiced that. I mean, I would take that with me. So if everybody is, for all of viewers today, I always recommend on Liberating Inner Beauty, you always gonna bring your piece of paper and write notes and all that stuff and write down everything that you think and you believe is important to you.
Yes.
And I love the way you share. Get out of my way. I love that.
Mm.
Thank you for sharing that so much.
Mm.
So
Oh,
important.
oh yeah, so important. That's what enables us to then, yeah, just be the channel. Just be the channel for what wants to be created through us and to, you know, help, assist in removing some of the more you know, personal obstacles, that sometimes I think we can self-create to put in the way of these things. And you know, I just have a relationship with, higher power, spirit, whatever word you want to put to that, goddess, for me it's goddess. And I just ask for assistance. I just ask for help with that. And then that enables me then to feel like, okay, I can give it over. I can just give this to you so that then, I am simply just going to be the channel for what you want to do and say through me. And that just helps so much.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. Like we can talk all day. I
I
know.
know, it's so
But
juicy.
so much fun. It is so much fun to connect with sisters, to create that bond. And that's what I love about technology is that that's why I feel like, we're going to have more impact as a feminine medicine is
Hmm.
because technology is allowing us to connect no matter
Yes.
where you are, no matter where you live, no matter what your belief system is, like it doesn't matter anything, or
Yes.
what you're wearing.
Yes.
It helps us to connect.
Yes.
And I'm such in love with technology. I'm so grateful, and I love technology every single day. Especially when I don't get like crazy startup problems
Yeah.
like today. But that's fine. It just creates like a little more of fun into my life.
There you go. That's a great perspective. It
Thank
just
you.
calls you out.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I think that I have to play more with Google
Hmm.
because or maybe maybe the energies because every single person, every single interview, a powerful interviews are liberating the beauty because we share so much. Like today, it's like you bring this energy, and two people that come with this high level of energy to share and empower and inspire, and to help people to transform their life. I think that sometimes the technology has not put up with us yet.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And creates a lot of things. I mean, it's not my first, it's not the first time I hear this. Like I hear from like many other amazing speakers out there that they still have some technology problems. I
Yes.
love to follow Ali Shanti and like and a lot of the
Oh,
things.
she's a good friend of mine. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes, and I love to follow her things. And sometimes even her interviews are like go crazy.
Oh,
Like
totally. Oh, yeah. She has technology problems all the time. I know. And I know. And most of my women sisters who are entrepreneurs and doing this kind of thing are going through it. So yes, I mean, I think it's just par for the course, and I think yes, many of us are wanting to move faster than the platform can support at the moment. But I think soon enough the platforms will catch up.
Yeah, and I'm so excited for that. And
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Yeah, you're a fast mover. I can tell.
Yeah. Like I like to have it now. But I'm learning to just be present and have it when divine guidance wants it. So
Yeah,
it's like I'm
exactly.
learning. I'm learning.
Yeah, oh, that's the lesson, isn't it? Just to be patient and just to, work with it as it's coming, and just trust the process. That trust that everything that's happening is happening because it's meant to happen, and even the challenges, even the breakdowns, they're there so that we can keep growing.
It is true.
Yeah.
Um, it is true. All everything you're saying because it's applying in every aspect of life.
Mhm.
Money,
Yeah.
health,
Yeah.
fitness, relationship, whatever aspect of life. We are being tested to really trust a
Mm.
higher self, like a divine in an aspect of like, and the more we go deeper into a spiritual path and in a connection with, even if you're not a spiritual person, but if you're in connection with your body, like
Mhm. Yes.
connection to listen to your body, to feel your body, to sense your body, and to follow your heart, follow your passion, follow what turns that body in fire, on fire, in fire. So when you even in that physical level, when you are in tune,
Mhm.
um, it is so amazing what the universe brings to you. It brings you tests, and more things in different areas of your life that is going to move you to the next level and wants you to shed all that stuff that is not worthy of you, all those layers of the onions and garlic and peppers and things like that. So you can actually be the yummy, 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 yummy
Yes.
meal, you know. So
Mhm.
it is so
Yeah.
delicious to see that all the tests that we live in are for that, like trusting our journey and just trust, like you said, absolutely
Yes.
trust. So
Yes.
if you, a viewer out there, are going through anything that you think that you cannot handle it anymore, well, everything that comes to your life is because you can handle it and you have a support system. You have amazing mentors like Alia. You have our Liberating in the Beauty community. You have me. You have everyone around you who are here to support you, to really love you and to really embrace you for everything that is happening in your life. And just remember one thing. It's
Mm.
about trusting yourself that you are going in your journey, and like a beautiful tree that you're growing and expanding, the bark has to come out, and it's painful at the beginning. It's painful, but once it's out, and you keep expanding and you keep growing and you keep going, and just trust in your journey that you are the beautiful, magnificent tree of life that is growing every day and shedding everything that is not worthy of you.
Absolutely. Oh,
Awesome.
beautiful. So beautiful. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that image of the bark, coming out. And yeah,
Yes.
that is what it feels like. And it's kind of it's hard and intense and you know,
and and it has like wedges and it's like
yeah. Yeah,
spooky.
it's pokey, but yeah, it's necessary to the growth of the tree.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we are tree of life,
Yeah.
and then we see ourselves like the beautiful tree of life. We just trust, and we're here for trusting, and we're here to trust and put our roots deeper into Mother Earth and
Mm.
bringing that beautiful energy back into a tree, back into a leaf, back into a fruit, back into everything, just connecting more with Mother Earth,
Hmm.
expanding, growing, and living for thousands of years.
Yes.
Because we're capable of doing that. So
Yes.
I love feminine medicine because
Yay!
even just having an interview with Alia, my, fabulous Alia, and like I love you so much. Like I'm so
Oh,
happy to see you. Every time I put like something about Burning Man, I hope that I can make a Burning Man this year, maybe if not this year, next year. But I
yeah,
would love to go, and
yeah.
I will tell you if I go. I will be like
Please do tell me. Yes, because yeah.
yes, and I love to see you in so many platforms. I definitely send you all the love, all the success for feminine medicine.
Oh,
It's
thank
such a
you.
beautiful, beautiful project. Thank you for all the work you're doing.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for, yeah, like I have so many thank you for you, but
much.
just to keep it short, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your wisdom, your passion, and all of it.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
love.
much.
Thank you. And I just so honor what you're doing and just your vibrancy and energy, and I just bless everything that you're creating and the way that you are just, showcasing all this beauty around the planet and sharing more of it, and just, may it thrive and fly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's sisterhood love. That's sister's love, baby. Like
Mhm.
everyone. That's how sisters love each other.
Yeah, that's
Thank
right.
you so much. Even though that we don't know each other personally, but we love each other.
Absolutely. It's already felt. I can already.
I can feel the energy. Love you.
Love you too, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So for all of you who are viewing, we love you too. So don't get
Love
jealous.
you.
We love you too. And thank you so much for joining us today. Please go to www.liberatinginnerbeauty.com to join our community of support where we come and empower you to liberate from everything that's keeping you stuck. If you want to learn more about Alia, just go into the website that she had. Like, can you just repeat that, the link?
Sure, yeah. Well, let's see. Well, let me make it easier on you. You can go to aliasounds.com. It's ALIA sounds.com. And then if you're viewing the one that's in my title down there is the link to the Kickstarter, which is ending on Tuesday, and so we would totally love your support. Thank you for that. And yeah, just stay connected. Would love to keep you in my network and sharing what's emerging from this feminine medicine cauldron.
And you can also find Alia at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
hmm
And you can also find me, Lucia Gabriela, at Facebook and Instagram. So if you go to Facebook, you just go type Lucia Gabriela love you, and you'll find me. Pretty easy.
Great.
And I will be sharing with you everything that we bring into liberating in the beauty revolution, all the amazing speakers and mentors and artists like Alia, and more goodies for you to come.
Mm.
So thank you again for joining us, and we love you. We'll see you next time. We really, 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 really love you. So
Really
see you next time.
love you. Thank you so much. Bless.
Thank you, Alia.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.